When to use stakeholders. Let's say that your client onboarding workflow always involves 3 people: your client, their CFOs, and your client's compliance director. In our example, we usually need our client to start the onboarding process, but we know that the CFO must be involved at some point to share some financial documents and complete some steps. Then, we also need our client's compliance department to view our work and have access to all documents shared with us by the client and the CFO. When using Clustdoc, you're going to invite your client to the secure interface, and of course the client can either share his access, URL, and credentials, if applicable, with internal team members. But if you want a more organized and streamlined experience, and also want each person's activity to be correctly logged into your audit trail, you should use stakeholders to organize each member's view right away and know who does what. So as you can see, stakeholders can be used when you have more than one person involved in your process. It could be, for example, husband and wife, borrower and co-borrower, co-founders, etc. How to create stakeholders. Let's create these stakeholders roles in our process. Click on Resources, then on Processes to land on your list of processes. Select the one that applies. All steps have already been listed on our checklist, but now, using the Stakeholders feature, we're going to assign each step to the right person so that when we invite them, they automatically access what applies to them. From the sidebar, go to the Stakeholders tab to create your stakeholders and easily manage these people while working on each of the client applications. The primary stakeholder is your main contact, the person who starts the process first. In our case, we have a business relationship with the client, so let me rename that to be clear. Then we're going to create a role for the CFO, and I'm going to assign to them some of the steps that apply to their role. Then I'm going to create the Compliance Manager access. Now remember, this person can only view the document. They don't have anything to submit, so I will give them reader access only. The Editor's access is an option that would allow a stakeholder to invite another stakeholder under the roles we've defined. So as I don't want to manually invite the CFO and the Compliance Manager, I'm going to activate this option for my future clients so they can do it themselves. Otherwise, I would need the client to share their contact details with me using a form, for example, so I could invite them manually from the live application. Another way to assign steps to a specific stakeholder is to do it from the checklist directly. For example here, I really want this step to only be visible by the CFO. So by clicking on the Edit button, I can access the Stakeholders tab and even remove it from the primary stakeholders view. Let's try another use case where 2 people must complete a file request step without seeing each other's files. I could give the client and the CFO access to this document while splitting their view. This way they won't see each other's documents even if my team and I will. And you're done. Let's preview what we've done. You can click on each role to see their future interface. As you can see, once invited to the online record, each of them will see something different. You are now ready to run your process with your clients.